Hello everyone, I'm Mike, and I'm here to introduce to you the TrueOrigin Authentication solution and unique new invention, complete solution to anti-counterfeiting. Counterfeiting now is a global problem. According to the EUIPO 2021, the amount of counterfeit goods in international trade is about $464 billion. However, we all understand this is just the tip of the iceberg. Also to e-commerce, there's no way to verify who is responsible. Existing solutions are all of low effectiveness. QR code is easily copied without limit. Holograms are still faked or require an expert to detect them, causing validators always run follow. Regular NFC or RFID types are no different from QR codes. They are just fixed information carriers. When copied, there is no mechanism to distinguish them. I also point out here that one of the strongest identification solutions today is the ICO 9303 standard. This is the international standard for electronic passports issued by the International Civil Aviation Organization, abbreviated as ICAO, the 8th edition released in 2021, which is new and recently. According to this standard, the authentication of the chip attached to the passport, the authentication chip, is performed based on the active authentication algorithm, AA for short. AA relies entirely on a secret key that is kept secret. This requires not only that the chip must be highly secure, but also that the process of generating keys, transporting keys, and exchanging keys in operation also requires reliability. Highly secure, we call this type of secret key the God key, the powerful key, and if exposed, the system will no longer be authentic. Now if applied to anti-counterfeiting, then one is that the anti-counterfeiting ability is equal to the ability to distribute and keep God key secret. Secondly, customers will ask painful questions such as, what if you pretend to be yourself? You are the key holder, why not you? 9303 also uses the PACE protocol to prevent eavesdropping, but the professors who created this standard also noted that this does not prevent chip copying. The standard's documents is open and you can download it for free. Additionally, the added complexity drives up costs, from chip prices to operating costs, but there is still no mechanism to detect identical copying, or a mechanism to detect that the God key has been exposed. These two things make this method unsuitable for any counterfeiting applications. With such a state of technology, the impact on society is huge. For users, the first thing to say is, what is the purpose of traceability if not to determine who is responsible? When identification stamps, i.e., information carriers, are counterfeited, it is very difficult or even impossible to determine who is responsible. And when buying fake goods, negative psychology arises that reduces trust in the brand. This then leads to the fear of being scammed and not daring to buy valuable items online. Impacts on enterprises, which can be mentioned immediately, are reduced market share, reduced revenue. The total market demand is just that all fake products take the market share of real products, that is noise. That is, cases where customers buy counterfeit goods and complain. Dealing with interference requires verifying who is responsible, and this is not cheap. That is also market overlap due to not being able to control the product roadmap. Also, businesses cannot make strong commitments to users, because when the truth cannot be verified, strong commitment means strong damage. Now we have to redefine what the original problem was. A review of existing methods shows very clearly that for Oscar the hacker, all static information can be copied, even the chip can be copied. So how to defeat Oscar? Also, through review of existing methods that have been proven to be effective in preventing counterfeiting. Anti-counterfeit stamps need to have the following three main characteristics. First, anti-counterfeit stamps must be able to detect when counterfeit goods are present. This is the most important thing. If the anti-counterfeit stamp is counterfeited, you will not know what to do. Second is that it allows for multiple audits. Today's supply chains are very complex with many participants, especially transnational e-commerce. If you don't want to say which steps help fake goods, you need to directly check each step. Third, users must be able to check quickly and easily. User mentality always wants convenience and ease. And importantly, users will detect any mistakes, if any, in the system during operation. Our new authentication technology, iSeal, is based on a new principle, dynamic digital signatures. The digital signature generated from the blockchain changes with each interaction event with the stamp and is updated and saved on the stamp. So our stamp is no longer static. Due to the characteristics of blockchain, future digital signatures are unpredictable, and if copied, they will be forked and detected immediately. The new principle of creating new identification stamps with anti-counterfeit and authentic properties has become a bridge between the digital world and the real world. The difference of iSeal technology here is that it is a dynamic signature method that is not dependent on any specific chip but can be applied to many different types of chips. iSeal does not negate the physical security layers of the chip, but there are more dynamic signature. It will detect when the static layers are overcome, making the system become a hybrid, static, and dynamic. The combination of static and dynamic, when detected, then can be prevented. That is the core difference. We have registered a patent in Vietnam, and also EUIPO World Patent has also announced the PDC on May 5, 2022. iSeal method has created new anti-counterfeit stamps with the properties we are looking for, such as detecting counterfeiting, checking multiple times, and users easily accessing the technology, and what's more, it's cheap because it can be applied on the cheapest chips possible. It should be said that we approached the problem in a very different direction to get a different solution. Traditionally, stamps were static carriers of information, and technologists sought only to make their duplication more difficult and expensive. Like the idea is to build a higher wall. That method has not been able to solve the problem for decades, because every time a new, higher wall is completed, it will only be a short time later that it will be overcome. It is also fair to say that it is not luck that finds a new direction. The difference in thinking has been located in the cultural difference between the East and the West. While the real world is always changing, the digital world is also changing. The unchanging bridge is something that is not natural in our Asian perspective. Static and monopole methods are a consequence of the worldview that worships of God, which is also the popularity that has attracted the majority, causing this problem to not be solved correctly. Okay friends, I talked about technology. Now talking about the system that uses this technology, we call it TrueOrigin, the Origin Authentication System. The TrueOrigin system consists of 5 components. First, the iSeal core is authentication software according to the principle of variable digital signatures stated in the previous slides. The second is the makers, which issues the stamp on the product. The manufacturer is part of the Authentication Council, taking care of authenticating the stamp in a transparent manner. The third is the information portal, which stores product information and allows the deployment of other value-added applications. The fourth is the end user, with a free app downloaded on the app market used to check product origin. And fifth is a thing invisible but very important. That is, all 4 components mentioned above must transmit information with each other in a secure communication network called KBAS. This is a video recording a user's checking with the TrueOrigin app, which is really easy and fast. Now, I would like to talk about the application scope. The solved problem opens up a wide range of applications. We have highlighted 3 main applications: anti-counterfeiting of goods, protection of valuable documents, and access control. The first is the anti-counterfeit application with a unique, unforgeable identification stamp. When pasting on goods is to prevent counterfeiting, the deployment model is as follows. The makers will issue stamps and stick them on the goods using a stamp issuing machine when the output is large, or manual release on smart app when small output. Other management operations for makers or distributors are performed on the operating application or web user interface of the TrueOrigin portal. And then users can check the origin of goods before purchasing using the TrueOrigin app, which can be downloaded for free on the app market. Management services for stamp issuers here include goods tracking, distribution network management, and many other useful features. The second is a network management application. All nodes in the network participate in the system and are granted accounts with permission to access warehouse operations. Monitoring and evaluating each unit or each specific case is very fast, because remember here data is sent to the system according to real-time events. The third is the maintenance and warranty management application. The addition of enriching information associated with the product life is the capacity of electronic stamps. The makers can activate the warranty on operating app or activate it when sold in supermarkets with iSeal readers. Our iSeal reader allows to plug directly into a PC with the machine interface as a regular barcode reader, making it compatible with all sales software in use. We also provide packaging services according to brand identity to apply product warranty for the makers. Talk about the benefits of practical applications. We must also consider the benefits corresponding to those participating in the system. First of all, it must be said that all negative effects on users and makers mentioned in the initial problem statement will end. Instead, there is a strong positive trend. but with minimal changes in operating procedures. In addition, we have also completed the access control system, entry, exit, access control, parking, elevator permission, and timekeeping. Use any copy technology for chip cards. We have divided into another product subgroup with different business policies. If you are interested, please contact the sales department for information. Now let's talk about us a bit. Our team is experienced, passionate professionals. Together, we build a safer, more trustworthy world. Our traction has passed many international standards, and we still always moving forward with the mindset of pioneers. New technology, new products, and new customers. We set users and customers as the center focus, and positive feedback from customers is the highest recognition. Many newspapers and e-magazines have talked about us, and all of the above-mentioned newspapers are non-commercial articles. I list the references here so you can easily look up the cited data. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. I am Mike from Onyx. Thank you for listening.